Yeah, he's got a mic and a mind full of thunder. Got a take that'll make you wonder. From rants to guests, reviews in the zone. It's Dick Buttons and the Vengeance on. It's the world according to Dick Buttons, where the truth's unfiltered and fun. He'll rant, he'll rave, he'll drop that bomb, then laugh when the job's all done. So grab your drink, kick back, and tune in. You never know where the show's going, 'cause it's the world according to Dick Buttons.
Hello, everybody. This is The World According to Dick Buttons. I'm Dick Buttons, and I'm glad you tuned in. We have got tons of stuff to talk about this week, so strap in, pour yourself a cold one, and let's get started.
Time to rant. Time to rant. Dick's under control. Time to rant. Yeah. Time to rant. Yeah, time to rant.
All right, this one's going to sting because it hits close to home. Literally. We need to talk about what's going on down at New Jersey gas stations. And I know I ranted about Jersey gas stations last week. Deal with it. The Garden State, the land of no self-serve, of proud attendants who fill your tank while you sit like royalty. They've gone soft. It's gone corporate. It's gone insane. Because now these geniuses have decided that before they even put a single drop of gas into your car, they're going to take your money first. What in the actual fuck is going on? Since when did fill it up turn into a hostage negotiation? I pull in and the guy says, prepay only. Prepay? You haven't even earned my trust yet. I don't prepay for food before I order it. I don't prepay for a haircut before the scissors touch my head. So why the hell am I prepaying for gas you haven't even pumped yet? Oh, it's just our policy, sir. Oh, is it? Whose policy? Do we think everyone's a criminal policy? Do I look like I'm going to peel out of there with a half a gallon and the middle finger out the window? I've been coming to this station for years. You know me. I'm not Bonnie and Clyde. I'm buying unleaded. And you want to know what makes it worse? They don't even pump to the full amount you give them. You hand them $30, they stop at $28.50 and walk away like they just solved climate change. Hey, pal, that's my $2 of fuel still in your nozzle. What's next? I got to file a rebate to get the rest of my gas? And you know what they'll say? It's for security reasons, sir. Oh, please, you think the great gas bandits of New Jersey are still out there topping off and running off? You're punishing the 99% of honest people because a few morons made a break for it 20 years ago. How about instead of punishing everyone, you train your staff to work a pump and keep their eyes open? Because if we're being honest, most of these stations move slower than a DMV line in a snowstorm. And, as always, here are some Dick Buttons punishments. The trust test. Every gas station manager who pushes prepay must be forced to prepay for everything in life for 1 week. Coffee, groceries, bathroom breaks, pay first, hope for the best. The partial fill retribution. If you stop $1.50 short of what I paid for, you owe me a Dunkin' Donuts coffee and an apology written on a gas receipt. The reverse policy. From now on, you have to pump the gas before I pay you. Let's see how you like the anxiety of not knowing if you're getting your money. And the we know you call rule. If I've been coming to your station for over a year, I get a trust tab. You know me, I know you. Stop treating me like a fugitive over regular unleaded. So yeah, New Jersey gas stations, listen up. You're not protecting yourselves. You're just ticking off your loyal customers. We already can't pump our own gas, and now you're making us pay in advance like we're buying concert tickets. I don't want your policy. I want gas in my car. You can keep your paranoia and your plastic prepay only signs. You want to earn my trust? Try pumping first, charging later, and remembering that not everyone in New Jersey is trying to gash and dash their way into infamy. All right, folks, I got a bone to pick with every so-called casual dining establishment across this great land, especially those smug little joints that think they're being generous when they bring you complimentary tortilla chips. Because guess what? You're not generous. You're cruel. You bring me one tiny thimble-sized bowl of salsa and a mountain of chips big enough to feed a Super Bowl party, and then, get this, when the chips run out, you refill them. but you won't refill the salsa. What? What are we doing here, folks? Did you think I'm just going to sit there and admire the chips? To bask in the glory of their crunchy uselessness? No. The chips are the vehicle, the salsa, the queso, the guac. That's the destination. You don't refill a car's tires and not give it gas. You don't bring me a fresh stack of napkins and no food. You just can't reload the dry triangle delivery system and leave me high and dry with no sauce. Oh, would you like some more chips, sir? Yeah, and maybe some common sense to go with them. Why the hell would I want more chips after I've already run out of the good stuff? It's a chip to sauce ratio crisis, people. The math doesn't add up. You bring out a bowl of chips the size of a sombrero and a salsa cup the size of a contact lens case. That's not hospitality. That's psychological warfare. By the time I'm halfway through, I'm scraping the bottom of the salsa bowl like I'm digging for buried treasure, trying to coat that one last chip with a single molecule of tomato. And then here comes the server, smiling like they've solved hunger. More chips? No, what I need is more sauce. Bring me the one thing that actually makes this edible, not another avalanche of dry, salted cardboard. And as always, here are some classic Dick Buttons punishments. The ratio retraining program. Every restaurant manager must sit in front of a bowl of chips and salsa until they physically understand the injustice of running out of dip before the chips are gone. The dry chip torture. Every server who brings more chips but no sauce must eat an entire basket of chips with nothing on them, not even salt. Let's see how that feels. And the Refill Reform Act. New rule, if you refill the chips, you automatically refill the dips. Equal opportunity, condiment justice. And the guac reimbursement plan. If you leave me dry, you owe me a free side of guacamole. It's the law now. Dick Button says so. So yeah, to every restaurant out there pulling this scam, stop pretending you're doing me a favor by topping off the chips. You're not feeding me. You're trolling me. The chips are the soldiers. The sauce is the ammo. Don't send them into battle unarmed. If you're going to refill the basket, you refill the bowl. Otherwise, you're just giving me a pile of sadness disguised as an appetizer. All right, strap in, folks, because I've got a bone to pick with an entire generation. Yeah, I'm talking about you, modern 16-year-olds, the ones who think trick-or-treating is lame now. What in the actual fuck is wrong with you? When did Halloween, the single greatest night of childhood freedom ever invented, become uncool? You're telling me walking around in costume, getting free candy, and terrorizing the neighborhood with your friends isn't worth your time anymore? I'm too old for that. Oh, really, Chad? You're too old to get a free Snickers bar, but not too old to stand in a gas station parking lot making TikToks about how bored you are? Yeah, makes total sense to me. You kids will spend hours glued to your phone watching strangers open candy on YouTube, but you won't walk across the street to get your own? You'll line up for pumpkin spice lattes in October, but won't put on a mask and go door to door for chocolate? Are you out of your goddamn minds? When I was 16, Halloween wasn't just cool, it was a rite of passage. It was the one night we all became legends, pillowcases full of loot, sugar highs until 2 a.m., toilet paper flying through the air like streamers of rebellion. Now, you'd rather sit home in the dark pretending you're too mature? Buddy, you still can't parallel park or pay your own phone bill. You're not too mature for candy. And don't give me this crap about it's for little kids. No, Halloween is for everyone. It's for the people who still have imagination, for the ones who still remember how to have a good time without a filter or a follower count. The fact that you think dressing up and having fun is embarrassing tells me everything I need to know about how joyless this generation's becoming. And, as always, here are some Dick Buttons punishments for these uninspired 16-year-olds. The candy ban. Any 16-year-old who says trick-or-treat is for babies gets no candy, ever. You get Brussels sprouts and disappointment. The costume correction. You must spend one night dressed as everything you've become. A lifeless phone screen with no imagination. The Halloween history lesson. You get locked in a room and forced to watch every Halloween special from the 70s, 80s, and 90s until you understand why the night matters. The too cool test. Next year, when you're sitting home scrolling your life away, I want you to remember that you gave up free candy and laughs for being cool. And spoiler alert, nobody cares. To every 16-year-old who thinks trick-or-treating isn't cool anymore, let me clue you in. Being too cool for Halloween doesn't make you mature. It makes you boring. You've got your whole life to be an adult. Bills, jobs, stress, taxes, but you only get a few years to be a kid. And if you throw away the fun of Halloween because you think it's cringe, then congratulations. You just traded joy for judgment. So put down the phone, put on a costume, and go fill that damn pillowcase. Because the only thing scarier than Halloween night is growing up too fast and realizing you missed all the fun. All right, folks, we need to have a talk, and it's long overdue because apparently we're living in a world where people think they could freeze anything. I don't know who needs to hear this, but the freezer is not a magic portal to immortality. It's a box of cold air, not the fountain of youth. Every time I open someone's freezer, it looks like a crime scene. You got things in there that should have been buried, not frozen. Soup from 2019, mystery meat shaped like a fossil, and Tupperware containers so frosty I'm half expecting a glacier to fall out and kill me. Oh, I could just freeze it. Yeah, guess what, Barbara? You can't freeze everything. Not bread pudding, not salad, not a half a cup of gravy you might use later, not the entire leftover lasagna from that last Easter. You know what happens when you freeze soup 3 times? You're not saving it, you're performing culinary taxidermy. And let's not forget the freezer hoarders, the ones who thinks it's some kind of deep storage vault for the apocalypse. You open their freezer and it's like a museum exhibit. Behold, the ancient chicken breast of 2021 preserved in its natural habitat of freezer burn. Some of you maniacs have frozen salad. Salad! Lettuce was never meant to survive the Ice Age. What are you doing? You take it out and it's not lettuce anymore. It's green sludge. And don't even get me started on people freezing milk. You're not clever. You're deranged. It comes out chunky like yogurt wearing a disguise. So here are some Dick Buttons punishments for these freezer crazy people. The freezer audit. Every I can freeze anything genius gets their freezer inspected by a professional chef. Anything older than the last presidential administration gets confiscated and displayed as evidence in the trial of common sense. The frostbite fine. For every food item found older than 1 year, you owe $5 to the Feed Someone Who Actually Needs It fund. The defrost challenge. You're required to eat one of your frozen experiments as is. No reheating, no excuses. You want to play with time? Taste it. And the frozen ban. You lose freezer privileges for 30 days. You live room temperature only. Hope you like pantry life, Frost Queen. So yeah, to all the people out there freezing everything in sight, stop treating your freezer like a damn morgue for leftovers. It's not a second chance at life. It's a holding cell for bad decisions. If you're freezing something just in case, guess what? Just in case never comes. That casserole is going to sit there until the next pandemic, and when you finally dig it out, it'll have developed its own ecosystem. You can't freeze time. You can't freeze taste. You can't freeze dignity. So clean out your damn freezer before you need a search warrant to find the ice cream. And for God's sake, stop freezing lettuce. It's over.
Dick's got a gas. What a show. Well, according to Dick, let's go, let's go. Stories, laughs, and a whole lot of sass. Tune in now, cause Dick's got a gas.
That's right, everybody. You could tell by that theme music. It's time for Dick Buttons Has a Guest on The World According to Dick Buttons. And this gentleman is someone that I've been following on Facebook for quite some time. And it's a pleasure to have one of the, if not the best, Paul Stanley Tribute Artist, Mr. Gil Garcia, on the show. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you, Dick. You're way too kind.
No, I'm not kind at all. I mean, listen, the first question I have for you is, when did you know or realize that, hey, this is something that could work for me?
Probably back around the time that Kiss actually took the makeup off. Because I never considered myself as somebody that looked like Paul or anything like that. It never entered my mind. So it wasn't until Kiss took the makeup off that I started getting people coming up to me almost every day.
Wow.
Telling me that I look like them. And so it kind of started from there.
So growing up, you weren't a Kiss fan then? Like for Halloween, you didn't do Kiss for Halloween? And
I actually did. I mean, I actually dressed up as Gene the very first time.
Okay.
I've been a fan since I was a kid.
Yeah, me too. But I mean, you when I first saw your pictures, I mean, everybody probably has a double take because even standing next to Paul, I mean, it is freaky how close your facial features are.
It's been interesting. Let's put it that way. I mean, I get a lot of people confused and asking me if I am or if I'm his brother or something like that. You know,
Does
there's
that
always
bother you, or do you find that is it endearing, or you're at this point now where it's old hat and it just gets in the
it's.
way?
I think the only time it ever bothered me was back at the beginning because it was happening daily. It was happening a lot, several times a day. So at
Wow.
one point it did get to me, and then I finally realized, you've heard Paul say it before. You win the lottery, you
Yes,
know, you shut up about the taxes. And
that is correct.
it's kind of that same thing. Though after a while I thought about it and I was like, you know what? What a cooler thing to have than to have kind of the face of one of your idols,
Right.
So
No, really. And the
I'm
other thing
glad.
I wanted to ask you was, I mean, it's one thing to be able to get fans to be into it and to understand that you are like the best at it, but you had the accolades from actual members from the band as well.
Right.
I mean, that has to be a whole nother level for you, no?
It is. I mean, it's, from being a little kid listening to the albums and just staring at the pictures on my wall, now they're, you know, recognizing me when they see me and stuff like that. I mean, that's just mind blowing.
Yeah, that has to be pretty cool. And even print magazines have used you, if I read that correctly. I was reading your bio. I mean,
Yeah, I've come up in magazines, and I was recently in a book, "The Best Kiss of My Life." So I was in that. There's actually several interviews in that book with different people, including Tommy Thayer and many people like that.
that's pretty cool. I mean, this is not a livelihood for you, right? This is just a side thing, or
It's a side project. I've been doing this for quite a while now, so unfortunately, it's not the kind of thing that pays the bills mostly for
right?
but it's a fun diversion. It's a hobby, and it is a side business as well. But I don't get too crazy into it.
Do you still find it fun, or is at this point it's because you're in it and now it's something that you do? Is it just old hat for you now, or do you still get excited putting the makeup on?
I actually still get excited with it. Again, these guys are my heroes. Musical heroes. Listening to them ever since I was a kid in grade school.
Yeah,
So yeah, to still put on the makeup and to still get dressed up and everything, it's still exciting for me.
and your costumes are very accurate and authentic. How much money, if you don't mind putting a number on it, do you like the monster outfit that you did? How much do you spend on something like that?
It's hard to come up with an exact number because a lot of it is kind of pieced together over the
Okay.
years. So I mean, roughly, I don't know, maybe $200-300,
No,
somewhere
that's
around
not.
there.
That's not. I would have guessed a lot higher. That's how good your stuff looks, man.
It's like again, it's all pieced together. I mean, I've gone to so many different places trying to get bits and pieces and putting it all together, and I try to do it the most affordable way that I can.
No, that's the best way to do it. My favorite costume of yours was the Dynasty Unmasked one that you did with the
Oh,
that one was my favorite.
was it the yellow one?
The yellow one, yeah, yeah.
The yellow variant is what it was.
Yes, yeah, the yellow variant. Yes. I mean that's a deep cut right there.
It is, and I was actually kind of commissioned to do that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I used to make appearances at the San Diego Comic-Con, and I would
Hmm.
do it on behalf of one of the toy distribution companies, and they were coming out with an exclusive variant action figure, and so they asked me if I could recreate that outfit for the occasion.
That's pretty cool. You had to be honored about that.
Yeah, it was very cool, and people really took to that outfit very well, actually. So
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the Final Kiss tour? Do you think this is it for them, or do you think they're going to try to squeak out some more?
I would love to see them squeak out some more. I don't get tired of that stuff, but I got to be realistic, and I think they do too. There are a lot older and, pushing 70s and those
Yeah, Gene just
outfits.
had the car accident, and
Yeah, yeah,
Ace's thing is undisclosed. Whatever
exactly.
he's going through.
Right. So,
Yeah, I think they stopped it when they should have. Paul using the not total backing tracks, but he had help.
sure.
I think it was time.
Yeah, and people don't realize how consuming putting on the outfits is. I mean, even for me, the outfits that I have, I mean, they have some weight to them. They have a feel to them that a weight to them, just in
Right,
general, that
right.
it takes a while to put on and to put off. And you got to realize they're not just doing the show; they're doing the meet and greets before. Who knows what they're doing afterwards? But
Right. No, no.
it's
Being famous and is a lot of work, I would assume. I'm not there, but I mean, there's a lot that comes with fame and money,
sure.
and that goes along with it. Who's your favorite Kiss member? I mean, I know the answer, but I was going to ask you anyway.
I'll throw it out there, and that would be Paul.
Okay, I know. It's a silly question, but I figured I had to ask it. Um, do you perform as well, right? Or you're just a visual?
As far as performing, I did that many years ago, and I kind of left all that to start a family and everything. And so, yeah, it's something that I just didn't want to continue doing. My
Right.
family became first and foremost, and I didn't want to be away from them. And my dedication is to them.
As it should be. I ask all my guests this of late because it is forefront in the news right now. What are your thoughts on AI and what it is or isn't doing to or for music?
I don't know if it's necessarily doing anything for music at the moment. Anyway, um, I would say that I'm going into it with some trepidation because, yeah, it's exciting and it's new and the possibilities are endless, but then therein lies the catch too, is that the possibilities are endless and who knows what kind of, unfortunately, people are people, and
That is true.
they don't always use things wisely in the way they should, and who knows where this is going to go.
Right. Have
So
you have you seen the latest? There's for some reason there's a rash on Elvis ones this week.
yeah,
Where
yeah.
they're pretty good, man. And listen, some of these people are creative, putting him in Star Trek, in King Kong. I mean, it's pretty impressive what people are coming up with.
It's just the fact though that I've seen some videos where I'm like, wow, I can't believe that happened. And then the more closely you look, you're like, wait a minute, this is not real.
And I
And
fooled around with
that's
it. Yeah,
scary.
it is crazy, and I fooled around with it a little bit yesterday. Sora 2 is the new program that everybody's making these videos on, and all I did was type in one sentence. I said, "Have Elvis working at Taco Bell," and it gave me like a 12-second clip with dialogue and him. It was craziness.
It is wild.
But I think, in at least my humble opinion, it's out of the bag. We can't put it back.
Right.
I think we need to learn to work with it and not fight it. Just like auto-tune when it came out, 8, 10 years ago, everybody was like, oh my God, everybody's using auto. But now every artist uses auto-tune.
Exactly. And so it's just a matter of setting some boundaries or something and realizing that, things can be used for evil and hopefully you'll use it for good.
So what are your feelings on the state of the music business today?
From what I can see, I mean, it's pretty rough right now. Gene gets a lot of flack for saying that rock is dead. And I don't think necessarily the rock itself is dead, but definitely the business is really suffering. And I don't really see it getting any better at the moment. I mean, hopefully in time something will come along, but right now it doesn't look too promising.
But it's not going to be like when Kiss and all those other bands, they got a development deal and they were throwing a lot of money. That
Exactly.
doesn't happen anymore. Now you could stream a thing for you need like 3 billion streams to even make a little bit of money. It's craziness.
It's crazy. And I think we just recently saw the band Garbage come out and say that they can't even continue touring anymore. And so they're stepping off.
Right. And then the on the counter of that, Timberland just released a AI persona named Tata that he created on Suno. And then another AI persona got signed by Sony for $3 million, and it's not even a person.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, that tells you everything, really.
So, I mean, there has to be a middle ground, right? We can't go that way and we can't go back to the way it was. There has to be, I think artists are going to have to learn to use it to their advantage and just, it's here and it's here to stay and it's not going to change. It's sad because I think creativity slides a little bit.
Definitely.
But
Definitely. Because something else is doing it for you, really. So.
Yeah, I mean, listen, honestly, you do have to have some creative flair. Although I just proved that wrong. I typed in one sentence into that software and it gave me a whole thing. So maybe I just corrected myself. What is I'm going to ask you a two-part question.
Sure.
What is your favorite part of being a Paul Stanley Tribute Artist and your least favorite?
I think so far my favorite is just the reactions of people. And most of those have been positive, especially for the young kids and people that are really into the fandom. I think appreciate it, and so that's been the greatest part is just seeing people really really happy with it. I've gone to shows and stuff like that and done different events where people come up and just thank me for being there, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
So
got to make you feel good. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Anything that I can do to keep that fire alive, if you will, I'm all for that. As far as on the negative side, for some reason there's, it's probably just a handful of people, but it's still kind of annoying. People that think that because I look the way I look, that I spend like my entire day in and day out living this way.
Right, right.
That this consumes me, that I believe I'm this person and that person. And that's just not the way it is. Once the makeup comes off, I'm back to being me again, and I might look a certain way, I might carry myself a certain way, but I always tell people that what I do is for entertainment purposes only.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
and some people have countered, well, you still look like this and you still look like that, and I've seen you go dressed up to different places, without the makeup, and you still call that for entertainment? Yeah, it's for my entertainment.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, there's always going to be haters, Gil, and you just have to let them, it makes them feel better to challenge you and say stuff like that. But I know you don't pay any attention. You're a very confident person. I know you're not paying any attention to that.
I let that sweat off my back.
Yeah, you have to. Another Kiss question. Any interest in the hologram show?
I'm definitely interested. I think a lot of people have, formed a conclusion based on what they saw in Madison Square Garden. But I'm more open. I'm more willing to see what it is that they're going to offer. I'll make my decision based on what I see.
I agree with you. And I think what we saw at Madison Square Garden necessarily is not what is the final product either. I mean, I think that was just a placeholder.
Right.
Have you seen the videos of the ABBA show?
I have not.
You have to look that up, Gil, because it's almost like they're on stage. And then I saw in an interview that Gene said the technology is 10 years past that. So it's going to be even better. So
right.
Now, would I pay a lot of money to see that? I don't know. Depends how much the tickets are. I mean, I'd definitely be interested to see what it's all about.
No, I was just going to say, if you're using anything as a measuring stick, I recently went to go see The Wizard of Oz in Las Vegas. And for the 70 minutes that I was there watching that was pretty mind-blowing.
Is that a hologram thing too? Or is that?
It is, I wouldn't say it's not a hologram, but it's more of I believe there's some AI involved in that, but they basically enhance the movie. You're surrounded, by the whole dome screen and everything, and it feels like you're really there.
Oh, that's cool.
It was a really cool interactive experience. And so I can imagine that if, Kiss were to do something similar to that, it should be really, really good.
Yeah, especially I think at the Sphere. Is that where you said they did the Wizard of Oz thing? Or okay,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I think anything in there. Although I'm not that I want to shit on the Eagles, but I saw the clips of the Eagles there, and it was really kind of tame and just like them on this. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you need an artist to take advantage of that whole thing.
definitely. And then, like Kiss, I think could do something like that for sure.
Yeah. Now I think when you mentioned Vegas, I think Vegas would be perfect. I mean, do you frequent there a lot? Do you do a lot of appearances there? Because I think that'd be perfect for you.
Um, I did back in the day. I went a couple of times just to go try it out, and it's just at that time it was just a really kind of crazy place. Didn't really suit me very well.
Okay, so you're I get it. I get it. You have to be in the mood to go to Vegas. You have to.
You almost
It's a
have to have a
certain.
reason.
Yeah. I mean, I don't gamble, so when I go there, I'm more there for the shows. I like to go see the comedy shows. I go see the magic shows, the hypnotism.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna waste.
I'm the same way.
I'm not gonna waste money at the blackjack table. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm not a good loser. I'm not a good winner. So
Yeah. You know what I did once though? I was there on business, and they took us to see a hypnotist, and it was fantastic, the show, right? To the point where, and we saw the first showing, I thought there were plants in the audience because he was calling on people in the audience and doing stuff. So I went and bought a ticket for the second show just to see if it was the same people in the audience, and it wasn't. So,
oh wow, yeah. See,
so much for my sleuthing there.
hey, well, you tried.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you see it? The appearances tapering off, or are you still into it?
So I'm into it, and I enjoy doing it. But it has actually already tapered off. Um, when COVID first hit,
Right.
that pretty much stopped everything for me. So even though I'm still available and I'm still taking all kinds of bookings and stuff like that, it has really slowed up considerably. It just kind of like it stopped and then it kind of never really fully recovered the right way.
Do you think it's all COVID, or do you think it's because Kiss hung it up? Is it maybe a
I'm
little bit of both?
Probably a little bit of both. But even when Kiss was still kind of active, I had already noticed a downturn in business that I was doing.
Hmm.
So I really gotta think that COVID had a big hand in that. It just kind of killed my momentum.
That's sad, man. Do you
It's
do a lot of
unfortunate.
conventions too? You said Comic Con, but do you go to all the the Comic Con shows and the Wizard World shows? I mean, that would be a place I think where you would do well as also.
I think I would do pretty good. Let me see. I've done the San Diego Comic Con and I've done the Super Mega Fest in Massachusetts. And these were events where I was working at or I was invited to.
Right.
The other ones that have come up, I haven't been booked on any of those.
Okay.
So it's just a
Has,
matter of booking. If somebody is interested, then I'm available.
yeah. Has the thought crossed your mind that this Netflix movie they're making, that anybody would reach out to you for the makeup scenes? I mean, because they couldn't do. I can't imagine any actor doing better than you.
They have not, and my phone is available. My email is open. So
All right, Netflix, if you're listening,
if anybody's out there,
everybody out there. I mean, I think the Joe Jonas rumor was inaccurate. I think, is that correct? Because they said he was going to play Paul, but I think that was debunked by
it was
Paul
de- it
himself.
was it was debunked by Paul himself. So,
Yeah.
and
Now,
right now, I mean, who knows?
were you happy with that? Let's say that was an accurate casting. Do you think he could have pulled off the job?
I think he could have. I wouldn't put it past him. I don't want to dismiss him just because he's, a Jonas brother.
Right.
Um, as far as from what I've heard, he's done very well in some of his acting roles. So, why wouldn't he be just as good in this one?
Right. I mean, and the story for this movie, correct me if I'm wrong, it's just from inception to Alive.
I believe that's correct. Yes.
I wonder why they didn't do. I guess it's too much of a story, a broad story to do in one thing. Do you think that'll ever
Hopefully,
get off the ground though?
that's a good question. I mean, sometimes these things take a really long time, and then sometimes it just takes so long that it just doesn't end up happening. So, I'm not sure exactly where we're at right now.
And yet the Motley Crue movie was made.
Yeah, exactly. So go
What
figure.
would you like your legacy to be, Gil? When it's all said and done, and they say, "Oh, you remember Gil Garcia?" What would you like people to say about you?
When I first started doing this, part of it was the fact that I wanted to leave a legacy. I wanted to make a mark. And certainly I haven't made the kind of mark that I wanted to make. But like I said, I've appeared in a book. I've
Right.
gotten accolades from Kiss themselves. I've had a lot of experiences. I've met a lot of great people. I've done some things that I only dreamed about doing, and I've done things. You know what I mean?
I would call that a
So
success then.
I would, yeah, exactly. I take it as a success. As a success.
Yeah,
Am I rich and famous? No, but that's okay. I think I've done well for myself, and I have something behind that I can leave my kids with.
that's awesome. And I'm going to call back to something you said earlier in the interview that you make people happy. Like, when you make someone's day, they come and see you and they thank you for doing what you do. I mean, I think that is more important than being rich and famous to me. If you could make someone smile or make their day or make them happy, I think that says a lot about what you do.
And I enjoy every minute of it.
That's awesome. And not everybody can say, even if it's just a hobby, there are a lot of angry and depressed people around in this world. And we need more people that are driven and enjoy life to the fullest. And from looking at your Facebook page and stuff, you always seem to be having a good time, which is another good trait for someone to have.
Exactly. And and sure, I have my bad days. I have my ups and downs, and I just try to focus on the good, and there's enough negativity and stuff out there that the stuff that I post about and everything I try to be positive in everything that I do.
Yeah, I stay away, even on the podcast, I stay away from politics, religion, because you lose half your audience. I do the same thing on Facebook. And that really, there's no fun in posting that stuff anyway.
Exactly.
Especially, the state of the world that we're in right now, there's nothing really that fun to talk about. But
No, no. And besides, like you said, I mean, you never, when it comes to politics, when it comes to religion, you're never going to win.
no,
You're never going to, and if you do, you're just going to convince one person, two people.
right. And
You're
then,
not making that much of a difference.
yeah, and all it does is create a bigger divide between the two sides anyway. So it's not worth it.
Not worth it.
Where are you located? You're on the West Coast?
So if you've ever seen my profile page, I call myself Starchild AZ.
Okay, I'm
The
sorry.
reason
I
for the
never
AZ
made that.
is,
I was on your page and it didn't make that connection. So
yeah, Starchild, Arizona.
you like it out there?
I do actually. Yeah, there's 4 or 5 months where it's brutally hot, but the rest of the time is beautiful.
So that really the really hot season is only 4 months?
Yeah, it's like I said, it's about 4 or 5 months of staying indoors, and it really sucks if you have to work outside.
Yeah. Oh,
But
yes.
uh,
Yeah.
but otherwise, if you're the worst part is really just going to your car that's out in the parking lot.
Right.
You notice most of the parkings up close are empty, and that's because everybody's parking by the trees.
Well, then it's a longer walk, though, isn't it?
It's a longer walk, but your car is
Oh,
much
that's right.
better when you get in.
That's very smart. That's a very smart thing. Um, and I'm not asking you to say negative things about other tribute artists, but do you like sometimes shake your head when you see a tribute band, especially Kiss, and one or two of the members are just they missed the mark completely? Like, does it bother you, or do you shake your head and go, "How do they even get up on stage like that?"
That's a tricky question because so part of me wants to say that, part of me wants to say, maybe they shouldn't be doing that, maybe,
Right.
but at the same time, they're having fun, they're living their dream, and they have a dedication to their band and their craft and everything, and so I applaud them for that. But I do wish that some of these guys would probably put a little bit more effort into it.
That's what I was getting at. Yes. I mean, I understand. I applaud them for doing what they're doing and getting out there and putting themselves out there. But if you're going to do it, I mean, my parents always taught me, don't ever half-ass it.
Right.
Right.
And I understand that there's a couple of them out there that do it on purpose, and that's fine.
Oh,
Um,
really? I didn't. They do it on purpose?
well, I don't want to name anybody specifically, but there's like one band out there that kind of has all the same exact members.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I saw that. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
and they're doing it for more of a fun kind of thing, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I thought that was a nice niche that they set up for themselves. I thought.
Yeah, something a little different, which is cool.
Who was your favorite? Who like you've probably seen a lot of Kiss tribute bands. Who would you say is on the mark the most?
As far as look,
I
um,
mean, total package, total package.
it would be a tough one for me to actually narrow it down, only because there's a lot of the bands that are out there I really haven't listened to.
Right.
I've seen posts and stuff like that, but I haven't really listened. And part of that is, again, a double-edged sword when it comes to Kiss tribute bands. I love their effort, and if I had the chance to do one myself, I would definitely put 100% into it and try my best to do it.
Well,
At the
that I have no
same
doubt about that. Yeah,
at the same time, I kind of don't want to see a tribute band because I'd much rather see the actual band.
I agree with you.
Um, I guess I'm more open to tribute bands now that Kiss isn't doing anything anymore.
Right.
Before, in the past, my thought process was, why do I want to see a tribute band when I can go see the band?
Correct.
I don't have that option anymore. So
Right.
there's a couple of big tribute bands out there right now. One of them, their name escapes me. I wish I.
Is it the one they do the Dynasty stage or the Unmasked stage
Well,
very
that
well?
well,
Mister. That,
Mr.
yeah.
Speed. That would be one of my top bands because of the visual. They seem to have the visual down. Um, I have heard them once, but it was years ago, so I can't really speak too much on how they sound. But visually, they're great. The other band is from another country, and again, they have a really great look. And I believe right now, currently, they're using the end of the road outfits.
Okay. And they is it the Brazilian? Is it
Um,
they sing with an accent? I think if I'm
they
thinking
do.
of the band.
They do sing with an accent. I don't think they're necessarily Brazilian. I
Okay, I
believe
couldn't place it.
they might be German or something like that. I wish I knew just off the top of my head, but I don't. But
Okay.
they're a fantastic looking band, and I have heard a little bit about them. They do sound pretty good too.
From time to time, I'll jump on YouTube when I have nothing to do, and I'll check out what's going on there. But now my feed is all consumed with the AI stuff. But listen, Gil, I want to thank you for taking time to sit down with me. What do you got going on coming up that you want to tell anybody?
At the moment, really nothing. Nothing at the moment.
Okay.
I'll be in Vegas for the landlocked
Oh, you're going to be there.
cruise.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't get off from work, but how do you
Uh,
think that's going to go? I mean, it's just you're at a hotel, right?
you're at the Virgin Hotel.
Yeah.
And, I guess there's all these shows and activities happening, similar to what a cruise would be.
Is the Star Child making an appearance there?
I'm still on the fence on that one.
Oh, okay. You just want to have a good time then.
I'm planning on going to have a good time. I may drag the outfit along just in case I break it out, but for right now, my goal is just to go and have a good time.
I applaud you for that. Again, well, thank you for spending some time with me. And I will keep an eye on your page, and maybe you'll post some pictures from Arizona, and maybe I'll get to, from Vegas, and maybe we'll get to see a Star Child appearance.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks again, Gil. I appreciate it. Everybody go check out Gil Garcia's Facebook page. Go see his stuff. Very talented Paul Stanley Tribute Artist. Thank you again, my friend.
Appreciate you, Dick.
Okay.
The questions strike, the thunder sounds. It's time for Dick's Listen to Lightning Round. No softballs here, just truth and bound. Hold on tight, it's the Lightning Round.
All right, folks, it's that time again, the segment where you send in your questions and I try my best to answer them with honesty, sarcasm, and a healthy dose of what the hell is wrong with people. Welcome to another episode of Listener Lightning Round. Let's get zapped. Question 1 is from Sally from Montana.
Hey, Dick. Big fan here. What's your go-to sandwich?
An easy one right out of the gate. I like this girl. Listen, I'm a simple man with refined taste. My go-to sandwich? Liverwurst, Munster cheese, and yellow mustard on rye. That's it. No kale, no avocado, no artisan aioli or gluten-free nonsense. Just pure, unapologetic sandwich perfection. The kind that makes you feel like you're sitting in an old-school Jersey deli arguing about Sinatra. You want fancy? Go somewhere else. You want flavor? Grab a loaf of rye and live dangerously. Question 2 is from Gordon from New Jersey.
Hello, Dick. Please tell me how to decide where to go out for dinner.
Oh boy, really? You're asking me how to decide where you should eat? Who do I look like, your mother? I don't know what you like. I don't know what your taste buds, your allergies, your emotional relationship with gluten. You could be a steakhouse kind of guy, or one of those people who thinks kale is a food group. It's dinner, not a hostage negotiation. Pick something. You've got a smartphone in your hand, 10 million restaurants within a 10-mile radius, and you're asking me what you're in the mood for? Here's my advice. Flip a coin, spin around twice, and walk into the first place that smells good. If you're still hungry after that, congratulations, you learned how to make a decision. Question 3 is from Gary from Canada.
Mr. Buttons, please tell me who is your all-time favorite singer?
Now, this is a question worthy of respect. There's only one answer, only one king, Elvis. Full stop, period, end of conversation. The man could sing anything, rock, gospel, ballads, and make it sound like a thunderstorm wrapped in velvet. He wasn't just a singer, he was a cultural earthquake. And if you don't like Elvis, you need to have a long talk with your soul. Question 4 is from Sammy from Los Angeles.
Hey, Dickie, what can you tell me about quantum physics?
Quantum physics? Are you kidding me? Do I look like I've got a PhD in subatomic nonsense? I can barely figure out my own remote control half the time. Quantum physics is way above my pay grade, buddy. I rant about idiots, music, and gas station attendants. Not particle theory. So, what can I tell you about? Nothing. Go ask Neil deGrasse Tyson or Google. I'm sure both will confuse you equally. And question 5 is from Monica from Nevada.
Dick, can you tell me the difference between sauce and gravy?
Here we go. The question that will apparently follow me to my grave. This comes up every damn time. Listen up and listen good. It's called sauce. First and foremost, always has been, always will be. You don't call it gravy unless you're making turkey on Thanksgiving. You call it gravy in my house, you're getting banned from Sunday dinner. It's sauce. Tomato sauce, marinara sauce, red sauce, sauce. If your grandmother called it gravy, that's fine. May she rest in peace. But let's get the record straight. Italians called it sugo or salsa. That's sauce. Gravy is what you pour on mashed potatoes, not pasta. Can we finally put this argument to bed before I start fucking flinging meatballs in self-defense? And there you have it, folks. Another listener lightning round in the books. Keep those questions coming. The dumber, deeper, or more food-related they are, the better. Because remember, I may not have all the answers, but I definitely have all the opinions. Sauce, always sauce. Don't test me on this.
Step into the ring, it's a battle tonight. Icons clashing under the spotlight. Movies, music, who's taking the crown? It's Dick's Pop Culture Punch Out, throwing down.
Ladies and gentlemen, snack fans of all ages, welcome to another Pop Culture Punch Out. This week we're going straight to the lunchbox. A showdown between two legendary chocolate-covered icons that fueled every 1980s sugar rush and cafeteria trade deal known to man.
Let's get ready to rumble!
In the left corner, the round mound of snack cake sound, ring dings. And in the right corner, the chocolate Swiss rolled rogue, yodels. 5 rounds, no diet soda, no mercy. Let's get frosted. Round 1. Shape and structure. Let's talk architecture. Ring dings are compact little chocolate pucks of power, perfectly circular, symmetrical, and ready to launch at your sibling when mom's not looking. Yodels, on the other hand, are rolled tighter than a concert poster in a teenager's backpack. It's like eating a chocolate scroll from the Temple of Doom. Both have that shiny wax paper tuxedo wrapping, but yodels always look like they've been through something. Round 1. Ring dings. Cleaner form, better presentation, and aerodynamic in a food fight. Round 2. Cream filling consistency. The soul of a snack cake is in the cream. Ring dings, light, fluffy, whipped heaven like clouds made of sugar and regret. Yodels? That filling's decent, but you gotta excavate through 2 miles of cake to find it. It's like a treasure hunt where the treasure's just meh. So round 2, ring dings again, because the filling should meet you halfway, not make you work for it. Round 3, texture and mouthfeel. Yeah, I said mouthfeel, deal with it. Ring dings deliver that perfect bite, soft cake, creamy center, and that thin snap of chocolate coating. Yodels? Sometimes they're moist, sometimes they're drier than your aunt's Thanksgiving turkey. Depends on the box, depends on the decade. If I wanted inconsistency, I'd date again. So round 3, ring dings by a technical knockout. Round 4, nostalgia factor. Now, this is where yodels fight back. If you grew up in the 70s or 80s, they were the snack currency of the schoolyard. Kids would trade 2 yodels for a ring ding and a Capri Sun. They had street cred. So even though ring dings are the cleaner product, yodels win the nostalgia round. They're the soundtrack of simpler, stickier times. Round 4 goes to yodels. Round 5, longevity and branding. Let's face it, ring dings still sound like a fun time. Hey, you want a ring ding? Boom, instant smile. Yodel sounds like something your weird uncle does at Oktoberfest after 6 pints. Plus, ring dings never change their look or vibe. You could still find them, still taste the same, still ruin your diet in 2 bites. Round 5 goes to ring dings for standing the test of time and keeping it real. And the final scorecard? 4 rounds to 1, ring dings. Winner by unanimous decision. The round 1 takes the crown, folks. Yodels may have history, but ring dings bring the glory. And remember, life is short. Eat that dessert first and never trust a snack cake that needs unrolling instruction. So that's your pop culture punch out. Tune in next time where we settle another showdown that absolutely nobody asked for, but everybody needs to hear.
He cuts them open, finds the heart. Dissecting music is his art. That sticks song surgery.
All right, kids, scalpels up and lab coats on because it's time for another song surgery. The part of the show where we crack open a track, dissect its genius, and find out what makes it tick. And this week's patient? A gloriously nerdy synth-powered masterpiece that made being weird cool long before the internet ever did. Thomas Dolby's She Blinded Me with Science.
Science!
The year was 1982, and British musician Thomas Dolby, real name Thomas Morgan Robertson, but let's be honest, Dolby sounds way cooler, dropped his electro-pop gem that somehow combined new wave, humor, and actual scientific terminology into one irresistible earworm. Dolby wrote and produced the song himself, because of course he did, and recorded it at Mayfair Studios in London with additional sessions at Lodge Studios. The man was basically the mad scientist of synths, layering analog keyboards like a Roland Jupiter 4, Mimi Moog, and the legacy Fairlight CMI sampler to create that unmistakable early 80s texture. The track also features Dr. Magnus Pyke, a real-life British TV scientist who famously yells the word science through the whole song. That wasn't an actor. That was an actual scientist lending authenticity and chaos in equal measure. Backing vocals and instrumentation came from Dolby's crew of session musicians and fellow synth enthusiasts, including Matthew Seligman on bass and Kevin Armstrong on guitar, both of whom worked with icons like David Bowie and Morrissey later in their careers. She Blinded Me with Science wasn't just a novelty, it was a legit hit. It peaked at number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1983 and hit number 1 on the Billboard Dance Club chart. Over in the UK, it only reached number 49, proof that sometimes America just knows a good thing when it hears it. Oh, and that music video? Oh, that glorious, bizarre music video, shot in the actual mental institution, no joke, the old Beckton Gasworks site in London. It was pure MTV gold. Dolby in a lab coat, a female scientist with a knowing smirk, and Dr. Pike yelling random things at the camera. It was absurd. It was theatrical. And it worked. The song was originally written as a joke. Dolby literally created it as a tongue-in-cheek homage to the mad scientist stereotype. But the humor and the hook turned into a global phenomenon. Thomas Dolby wasn't just a musician, he was a tech visionary. He went on to pioneer audio technology. Yes, the same Dolby name is no coincidence. Though he wasn't part of the Dolby laboratory, he was so associated with sound innovation that it stuck. In 2009, the track made a major pop culture comeback thanks to The Big Bang Theory, which used it in promos to help introduce a whole new generation to its quirky brilliance. Dolby later admitted that She Blinded Me with Science nearly overshadowed his more serious work, saying it became both his biggest success and biggest curse. So does it stand the test of time? Oh, absolutely. She Blinded Me with Science is the perfect time capsule for the early 80s. But here's the thing. It's not stuck there. The song still feels fresh because it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's witty, clever, sonically adventurous, and catchy as hell. It bridges that rare gap between novelty and genius, between funny and actually brilliant. That pulsing synth line, still infectious. That shouted science, still iconic. Science! That quirky British charm, untouchable. It's the sound of a creative mind having fun. And in the era of algorithm-driven pop and digital perfection, that sense of playful experimentation feels downright revolutionary. What's the legacy of She Blinded Me with Science? Simple. It made the geeks cool. It said you could be strange, cerebral, obsessed with technology, and still rule the airwaves. Let's be honest. Without Thomas Dolby, there'd be no OK Go, no Daft Punk, no synth-pop renaissance. It's the sonic blueprint for every kid who ever built a beat on a computer and thought, yeah, I can make something weird and people might love it. So to Thomas Dolby, for proving that humor, intellect, and synthesizers could coexist in a perfect harmony, we salute you. That's this episode of Song Surgery, folks. Thomas Dolby, She Blinded Me with Science. Diagnosis, weird, wonderful, and immortal.
Science! 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 He's bold, he's sharp, and he's in the know. Season 4's here, and it's time to go. Buckle up, kids, the ride's full blown. You're stepping inside the venture zone.
That's right, everybody. You know from that theme song, that can only mean one thing, sitting to my right.
As always, honored and humble.
It is always an exciting time when the Vincenzone rolls into town. And you brought the wine today. What are we drinking, sir?
We are drinking, and I don't even need green glasses for this. Rosso di Toscano.
I think we've had that before, no?
I'm going to think we did. It's a red Tuscan wine.
Tuscan.
Giuliano Rosati.
Tuscan Italian. So do I need, is that a screw top or do I need
Looks like a cork.
Okay.
Looks like a cork sucker. What movie? Cork sucker. Michael Keaton. You cork suckers. He was a gangster.
Oh,
Eyes holes.
What was the name of that gangster
That
movie?
was Johnny Dangerously.
Yeah, not a good movie.
Yeah, but those were funny.
While I'm opening this, I watched a little bit more than half of the Eddie Murphy documentary.
Oh, how was it?
Listen,
Yeah.
I never knew he's never done a drug. He's never taken a drink. And what you think about all the people that he hung around with. Robin Williams, Richard Pryor.
Probably intelligent enough, common sense to say, I don't want to do that.
Well, he said it just never enticed him. Like he would be at Robin Williams' place with
Oh, Men at work.
with Richard Pryor, and then they go off into another room, and he said he never had any, like, what are they doing in there? Let me go. No curiosity at all.
No.
He sat there with his Diet Coke.
Or did we self-impose that?
He has OCD.
Oh, there you go.
He told a story, not to, well, listen, I know it dropped yesterday, so fuck all of you who haven't watched it yet. When he was a kid,
Right.
before he went to bed, he would check the gas stove and make sure all of the,
Yeah.
oh, that was my phone? Oh, I turned it on.
Oop.
I don't think it caught up. And he would check the knobs,
Right.
go to bed, lay there 2 minutes, go back, check the knobs, go back, go back, go back, go back. And he didn't know what he had. His parents did never sent him anywhere to get looked at. One day he was watching a documentary on TV. He goes, holy shit, that's me.
But by the way, that's how I diagnosed myself to my son. I was like, oh, yeah, he's got it. Oh, I guess I have it too. Oh, wait, I'm the one who probably gave it to him. So I get that.
Is it hereditary?
Oh, yeah, sure. So is, alcoholism and all kinds of fun things.
Yeah, so as much as I got through, I got up to the point where he started doing the family-friendly
Right.
movies.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I agree, but Eddie was saying that prior to him doing Beverly Hills Cop and 48 Hours and all that stuff,
Right.
there were no, Sidney Poitier was the last major black actor. Like, Denzel didn't start getting parts till after Eddie Murphy started getting parts.
Eddie Murphy does go way back there.
No, I get it. I get it.
Can you name somebody who was?
No, I can't.
So I think he's right.
I know he might be right, but I mean,
I can't think of anybody who had the success and a succession of success like he did.
hold on. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's see. We have not gotten a sound. Yeah, I guarantee that doesn't come out.
Oh, and I'm sure that's bad luck.
All right, whatever. Well, maybe 4 then. Okay,
Maybe.
there we go.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, your house must be fucking cold.
It is.
This wine tastes like it came out of the refrigerator.
Take a guess. What the temperature is? What's the temperature in Vincenzo's house?
Well, we had this discussion. So 66. What? Oh yeah, you were in the 50s, and I said pipes freeze, and you said no.
That was at night. So during the day, I think it's a high of 62. It's a low of 60.
You must have been sweating when you walked in this house.
I did. I just took off my jacket. You see me in my t-shirt right now.
Even down here, it's fucking warm.
Yes, it is.
And then when the fire gets lit, forget it. Let me finish up. Yeah, let me finish up on Eddie. The other thing I thought was interesting, and listen, I didn't know this, but he's married to a white woman. Did not know that. Not that it matters. Don't send in emails and fucking letters. Not that you have an address.
He's not. You don't see him out and about in the public with paparazzi. Get this.
No, they've been married like 20-something years. They have 4 kids.
But you don't see a lot of pictures of him
I didn't, no.
Online in magazines, and for some reason he protects his privacy
and they look like they're very happy together, the kids. And then the other thing he said, and then we'll end on the Eddie Murphy shit because I have to watch the other half of it. But he said all the people he hung out with that were part of his crew, like Rick James and Richard, and he goes, they're all dead. He goes, you start burying all these people. He goes, most of the crew either died or were kicked out of the crew because they were doing stupid shit.
Just like Kiss members.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. His brother died, Charlie.
And he looks great. By the way, he looks great for his age. And you know what?
Well, I'm not going to say
no drinking, no smoking, no drugs.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with black don't crack, but
that too. But that adds to it.
Again, if you're going to send in any comments, send them to the Vincenzo.com. That's good luck.
You know how I like my coffee.
I can't drink black coffee. Can.
I said this once to a woman of color who's a friend, and I said, you know how I like my coffee? And she said, black and sweet. And I grinned back and I said, hot.
Oh. Then the other thing, did we talk about? I don't think I talked about it with you on the podcast, but I tried to watch Frankenstein.
I watched it to the end. I had to turn it off halfway and then I said, now I just got to follow through. And it was
all right. So I
I'll never get.
I got to Monster's perspective 10 minutes after when he finally got to Dr. Frankenstein, where he was with that other guy and he was going to kill him. And he goes, well, you kill him and his story. Well, I know I talked to you, but I'm going to voice this for the audience. It's the issue I have with every movie that does a period piece.
Okay.
The special effects of the monster look like something from outer space.
Right.
There's no way in that time period that I don't care how fucking amazing Dr. Frankenstein was, that he could have made seamless.
Correct. The face, matter of fact, the face just looked like it was a spray on tan of.
And then
green.
I argued with my Gen Z coworker, well, that's what the book was. Well, I don't care.
By the way, did the face not have to have some kind of disfigure? Listen, the original Frankenstein looked great. The forehead was, was tall. The hair would look like shit, and bulks, and it was realistic in a way where somebody sat down and said, "Really, this is."
But even past the Boris Karloff? No, Lon Chaney. That was the wolf. He did the wolf. He did both.
You know what they did?
Bela Lugosi was Dracula.
Correct.
Boris Karloff was, I think he was right. But anyway, even if you go back past iterations of that, with after the bolt and the square head, it was always jagged sewing, and as it would have been in the, what was it, the 18th century, 16th century?
Make it.
And I'm going to shit all over Jacob Elordi. That man can't fucking act. Even with all that prosthetic on. I saw a boring motherfucker.
Yeah.
And what was he in that I did like him? Oh, Euphoria.
I liked him in House of Guinness.
I didn't watch that. It's not about beer, is it?
It's actually about the Guinness Beer Company.
Oh, okay.
Rose to power and how the kids inherited the company.
Yawn.
It wasn't bad. It was no Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, Jacob Elordi, I'm sorry. You fucked up the Elvis thing you did.
Oh, that's why you won't like it.
And I'm going to say partially shame on him, but partially shame on the producers who Elvis wasn't 6'4".
Yeah, that didn't help.
Too tall, didn't have the charisma. That's the problem. Sorry, Jacob. No charisma.
Well,
again, he was good in. Did you watch Euphoria?
I did not.
That's a tough watch.
Is it?
Although we get to see Sydney Sweeney naked a lot of times. So for that, listen here. I'm going to be totally honest. I'm a guy. I'm a man. I'm going to tell. I started watching Euphoria because I heard there was a lot of nudity in it. And then when I saw Sydney Sweeney, she was an unknown at the time. I was like, oh, this is worth watching. But then as the show unrolled, it was a very good show.
Okay.
With the bonus of nakedness and sex all the time. Then you get to see the guy from, that's not going to come up either. I just kicked the table, but you didn't hear that. Not McDreamy, McSteamy from Grey's Anatomy.
Okay.
The other doctor.
Right.
He was fucking young boys.
Yeah.
He would go to get high school kids. And so it was and they're doing another season.
Sydney Sweeney in it?
Yes. And Zendaya is in it too.
That's a double one. And
Zendaya never got naked though. She did a lot of drug stuff. Like she was high all the time.
Tom Holland.
Never. I'm sorry. That's a weird couple. No?
Opposites attract that way. They see something, and when they did a movie together, you get to know that person, and you're on the movie set, and that's how a lot of people meet, and they probably clicked. They had a certain chemistry. They are opposites.
Yeah, she's 2 feet taller than him, no?
Yeah, but I think, maybe she's into the British accent. Because when he turns on that, he goes from that Queen's accent to the British, and she's probably, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and maybe she's into the fucking Spider-Man money.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get the details of that next contract that he's going to sign. That's going to take him to 2 more after, because they finished filming Brand New Day. Yes. 2 more Spider-Man movies.
Mm-hmm.
Doomsday, Secret Wars, and anything beyond that. I don't know.
I think you and I are the only ones that are not going to be in that movie.
You never know. I want to be in that movie. I have another movie to shit on, and I'm gonna do the review in next week's podcast. I have it written out already. Everybody couldn't stop talking about the Smashing Machine. It got a 15-minute standing ovation.
They probably were. It was probably one of those awkward moments where they went, "This is like the worst movie ever." Just stand and clap. You know
what a piece of garbage. I'm sorry.
You know, by the way, I think the longer they clap and we don't really get it, is the longer you clap, the longer you're saying, "Thank God it's over. Thank God it's over. Oh my God, thank God it's over."
It had to be because, listen, I'm a student of cinema. I know that I made that sounded a lot more elaborate than it is. I like fucking movies. Yeah. Dwayne Johnson, love him to death. Wrestling, Jumanji, Rampage, whatever.
But those are the things that were designed for him.
Get it? He can't act, and even the prosthetics he had. Okay, prosthetics were great.
Right.
He lost himself in the role. He was Kerr. I don't know the guy, John Kerr. I don't know the name. And here's the problem that the producers and directors made. This movie was based. See, now I'm not going to read my review next week because I'm doing it here. But this movie was based on a documentary about that fighter. And their tact was half the movie looks like a fucking documentary. And then they intertwined theatrical pieces in between the documentary look style.
I'm sure that's been done before, maybe not to that extent. And you have to be very careful how you do that, because that's a tricky. You have to have there's got to be somebody behind there going, "Okay, we just need a little bit of this," because I'm sure it's been done, and I'm sure I've seen something like that. But that's a tricky thing to do, and you have to be an incredible actor to compliment the documentary. And now I'm kind of digressing. I could see you and me in a tag team match against The Rock and Jacob Elordi because we will shit all over.
Well, I'm not done shitting on Mr. Johnson yet. He cries several times. It is the most awkward fucking thing. It looked like somebody in an acting class, like week 2, and the teacher said, "Cry." That's what it looked like. Now, there is one saving grace of this movie, and for all my female listeners, you could send your letters again to www.thevincenzone.com. We got to look at Emily Blunt for 2 hours. And she's dressed in little capri hot pants, crop tops. She's a very New York type of chick. And their relationship is supposed to be like it didn't work on. You know what? I don't even know how the fucking movie ended because I want to go back and watch the documentary.
Right.
I think I'd enjoy that more.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Dwayne is thinking this is going to get him an Oscar nod because
I think he wanted a meaty role because look at his all his work. It was just like Sydney Sweeney taking on the fighter, the woman fighter. I think he wanted that. Listen, it's time for me to try to stretch my legs.
Okay, I'll make a prediction.
Okay.
I will hate the Sydney Sweeney movie just as much. I love her to death. I've seen her in stuff that she can act. I've seen her in other roles other than Euphoria, where she's getting naked. She's moving away from getting naked anyway.
Correct.
As most actresses do. Like in the beginning, I want to get in.
Put in the door, right?
What's Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones? After 5 seasons of getting naked, she goes, "I'm not getting naked anymore." Look, bitch,
you've seen my bum.
There are people who are anyway. I'll watch I don't know the name of that one. It's the Christie something story.
I'll watch it to see. Now I'm going to watch it just to see if, I think we need to both watch it to see if, in fact, the theory is true that they're more TNA than.
Well, no, I don't think Sydney Sweeney is. I said I've seen her act in things. She has chops. And you made the statement that, Dwayne Johnson was in vehicles that were suited for him. Yeah, well, listen, I want to be a fucking rock star, but here yet I am yelling into a microphone doing a podcast. So maybe we can't do the things we want to do.
Well, I think maybe he had to try it to see. Let me go through because you know what? Think about a movie. Somebody hands you a script. You don't have the hindsight to know what it's going to actually look like once they edit it and put the music and the way they shoot it and the direction and the production. All of that can make or break a movie. And you just sit there and say, maybe I can somehow, it'll kind of accent what I'm going to try to act to do. But it didn't.
If he gets nominated for an Oscar, I will drink an entire bottle of white wine on air. And you know how much I hate white wine.
Oh, let's do something like, you can Zima.
Oh, no, I like Zima. No, I like Zima.
Speaking of Oscars, I'm going to make a prediction here. Not really, and not as good at that as you are, but Ballad of a Small Player, Colin Farrell. I'm gonna say if he doesn't win, the categories will be Best Movie, Best Cinematography, Best Actor for Colin Farrell in Ballad of a Small Player.
Okay, but you do know that, right? The producers submit.
Correct.
Okay, so it's not like the Academy goes, "Oh, we want them."
No, they'll submit. Correct, but
can I submit an episode of this podcast?
Absolutely.
I don't have my. I do have my SAG card.
See,
I do. Oh no, wait, not SAG.
What category?
Screen Act Writing, the Writing Guild, because I was. We'll get into that. I was writing a screenplay for somebody, but
this movie is, well, I don't want to say it's Oscar material, but it's hauntingly beautiful and a very slow burn. You appreciate this movie more after you see it. You watch it and.
Well, how would I appreciate it before I see it?
No, as you're watching it, some people go, it's a little slow. It's a little, because I was watching it. Colin Farrell just draws you in.
I like
those people that he could be talking about cleaning air ducts, and you're like, this is fascinating. It's the way he approaches it, and just the cinematography that just you just get absorbed in, the music, and the story isn't, crazy out of the box, but it makes you think because there's so many little Easter eggs afterwards. You start asking yourself questions. Wait, when did this happen? When did that person do this? Wait, and you start to question. So during it, I think it's just like a slow burn. You just kind of enjoy the acting and the experience. And then afterwards, it's like nonstop thinking.
Well, he's one of those actors that I give a pass. I like him.
Correct.
I like it. So he had an Apple TV show last year, Sugar. Not a good show.
Okay. How did he do?
However, I stuck it through because I liked him.
Right.
It was like a noir crime drama set. I think it was set in the 60s, I think. But I could be wrong. Plot was thin. Supporting characters were not that good at all. But I enjoy him. So I give, Nicholson's another one I'll give a pass on. You know who I don't give a pass to? Jacob Elordi. Sorry, Jacob.
And they're tag team of Jacob Elordi and The Rock and Vincenzo and Duke Button.
Maybe he'll come on the podcast. Oh, I'll be interviewing. Is the 21st next week already? Yes, I think it's next Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Horror movie director Mike Pesci, and I think I'm pronouncing his name Pecci. Pesci. I am interviewing him.
Very good.
I'm excited about that. Yes, I was very honored that he accepted to do that. So we'll record that next week. It'll probably be the first week of December.
Very good.
Yeah, and it's Facebook update week.
Look at people asking me.
Still not. Well, wait. Are any of your connections following me on the other thing? Because I don't think so.
Yes, because I've got somebody who's messaging me saying, "Did he iron this out yet?"
No,
not yet.
So the only silver lining, did I tell you I actually talked to somebody at Facebook?
No.
Yeah, I found a number to call.
That wasn't a bot. Holy crap!
Right? Yeah, actually talked to somebody, and she said in not so many words, they released this new AI security technology to eliminate bots and fake accounts. And it widespread dismantled thousands of accounts. And she said, I see your account. I had to verify who
Right.
I was. Although I don't know how I verified
You just
fucking
show
dick
your-
buttons, but
The tattoo on your left nipple. There you go.
it is under review still. She goes, but by the age of your account, it'll take a little bit longer than others because I've had that account for 20 years.
I think it'd be shorter.
They go back. No. They go back and review everything. But on Reddit, the answer place, people who have been disabled prior to me are getting their accounts back.
Okay.
Some people who've been disabled on the same day as me got their account back, and without warning, someone will say, "Hey, I saw you pop up in my feed." So I check every day. Nothing yet, but now I'm starting to build. This is what's going to happen. This is my life. I'm going to build a modicum of what I had before with these new screen names.
Yeah.
And then the old one's going to kick in.
And I am now cloned. I
Cloned. Can I?
Yeah, by the
Okay,
way,
finish your thought again.
I have a topic for the clones. But I wanted to ask you about the AI first.
Okay.
So now it's made its way into country music.
Oh.
And I sent you the messenger and the now I
got
got onto iTunes. And
I listened to it. I got news for you. It's shit.
I've gone onto stuff and there's like, how come on iTunes there's so much AI albums? So the AI in country anyway has been moving up on the charts and people are now losing their shit. And then the XM, the highway station, for people who don't know,
Right.
that's where old people listen to country.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's current stuff.
Uh-huh.
And they brought up this topic and had people call in. Very, very interesting takes because, and some of them I'm screaming at the radio. Usually I don't get into that. People calling saying, well, it's AI and how would I go see them in concert? Okay, well, you're
okay. Well, that person needs to be shuttled off somewhere.
I listen to a lot of music and I don't go to any concerts. I just enjoy the music. And somebody did call in and say, listen, if you listen to the song, you liked it.
Who
You
cares?
know it was AI. And then you find out it's AI. What now has swayed the idea? But listen, this is my point. On the con side, you can't see this person in concert, sorta.
Well,
You can do Pink Floyd laser show
Right.
and listen to Pink Floyd music without seeing Pink Floyd.
but you could do the ABBA hologram thing.
Correct. Or, which would probably come out better than some concerts. Or the other thing is, a pro is, listen, after 12 beers, AI does not forget the lyrics. And that's my take on it. I do some AI country. I think that I have figured out the formula to kind of switching out music and the tunes. And I listen to some stuff on the highway and go, how does that make it to the radio?
Right.
And how am I listening to it 10 times in an hour?
So here's my take, right? So when I saw you sent me that link and it number rising the charts, I said, let me listen to this. It's fucking garbage. And the group, the AI Music Society, gonna give them a shout out, the group that I'm in, the stuff that you're writing and I'm putting through Suno for you, those songs are fucking better.
Jersey Spur.
My Nash Hunter stuff is better than that.
And it's more, your stuff is more imaginative. And I think that's the key. There are people out there with imaginations who now have a tool to construct things. And hey, you never heard a song like some of your Christmas stuff with that imagination. And any other, it seems like they're just going through the motions.
Yeah, and I recorded the AI Roundtable episode this week that's going to air next week. And that's one of the things we talked about was, aside from our little bubble, the AI Music Society, we upload shit and everybody goes, hey, great, you have the 30 people who love your shit.
Right.
How do we break through to the next level where other people are going to hear it? Because I would say 40% of the shit I hear in that Facebook group is better than any of those AI songs that are making it on the charts.
I think there should be a relationship with professional musicians and the music, the AI music, for somebody saying, I love that song. I'd love to tweak it and collaborate with the person who actually wrote it with the AI and say, listen, that's my style. I want to,
Right.
that's why my Jersey Spurs stuff that's coming out is going to have a lot of different sounds. I want to find somebody like, Chris Stapleton's go, dude, that's me.
Some rapper said this week or last week that AI should be stamped like food is stamped gluten-free. Like if you buy something that's gluten-free, it says right on, if someone's going to release music, it should say AI generated. Well, yeah, I get it. So his argument didn't hold water, but
it doesn't, because you're correct. I've listened to AI stuff and went, oh crap, out of the box, that is great. And I've listened to stuff on the radio and went, I can't believe you're getting airplay. It must be somebody you signed a contract. You had one good song and then you followed up with 4, filler songs.
Right. Well, so this Christmas song that I'm releasing on Friday at the Fresh Friday Festival.
Is it the eggnog song?
Yeah.
I love the eggnog song.
And I played it for my wonderful coworker, the Gen Zer, who works for me, and because she hates AI. And she was questioning the lyrics, and I said, listen, sometimes when you got a rhyme.
Oh, absolutely.
She goes, well, why does it have to rhyme? I go, okay, next subject. Anyway.
It's the flow.
Anyway, I did some research on when you put stuff in YouTube, hashtags are very important.
Okay.
And I also learned, for anybody who releases videos, don't make it public right away. You could unlist the video. And you could share that link with your Facebook group and they could watch it.
Why?
Well, here's why. Let it sit overnight, 24 hours or more. YouTube will look at the track,
right,
look at your hashtags, and then when you make it public, it'll figure out the algorithm where it'll show up, on whose feeds it'll show up.
And then take it down?
No, it'll, once you make it public,
right.
So YouTube controls,
right,
like you log on to your YouTube account. You have certain things that you have a history of liking.
Correct.
If I have that hashtag in my, in the description of the song, it'll show up in your feed. So I looked up every.
That's why they got those hashtags. I always wonder where.
So I looked up every fucking Christmas song hashtag possible, and when you put the hashtag there, it'll say how many playlists, how many users. Like I found one Christmas thing was like 2.4 million users. So now my song is a bit specific to Fallen Angel. But I think the tempo and the song is good. I think people will look past that. They're not going to know that everybody in the video is all from Silly Little Me Records.
That's a lot of Easter eggs for them, but for...
You know what I enjoyed the most in that video? And then I'll stop talking about the video because people don't give a shit. When Dante Vile was in it. And the woman's just standing next. She looks at him. She looks back. He looks at her. And the expressions, it's exactly as I prompted it. I wanted her to look confused and him to look like sort of sarcastic, like, what the fuck are you looking at, bitch? Yeah. I'm normal.
I particularly, and for me, the ending, a wrap up of a song is so important in that video, the wrap up of the reveal.
Oh, well,
that's for me, that part when you get to, because I've done a bunch of songs where at the end it was like, ta-da, and I love that little ta-da, especially on video because you get to show yourself.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Well, one of my friends in the AIMS group said, of course Dick Button spiked the eggnog. I mean, who else would you think would do it? But
that's an anticipation of listen, anybody who listens to the song, it's not a complex ending. You're just waiting for it. You're waiting for you to pop up as it.
So we'll see what happens. I'm excited. Next topic.
Cloning?
Oh, cloning. Yeah. So listen, you know where I'm going because I hate this fucking guy.
Oh, if it's Tom Brady,
yeah,
we're on the same wavelength.
I heard that fucking story that his newest dog was a clone of his.
So many problems.
So this is where I would say that's the point when you have too much fucking money.
Correct.
You're fucking cloning your dead dog.
Somebody asked me, why did you do that? And my answer was, because
he could. Is he going to clone Giselle next?
And I also brought that up and I said, well, that's one person.
Well, no.
No.
He could clone her and wipe her brain, and she could just be a sex slave.
Yes, whatever was wrong, he's gonna fix in his world. But my problem with this, I watch it on so many stations. I, I'm not a fan of PETA.
You're not? They do.
People eating tasty animals? No, I'm teasing.
Aren't they pro-animal?
They are pro-animal. However, you can't eat any animal.
Oh, fuck that.
So, okay, that's where I draw my line.
I don't hate them.
At the Three Oaks Steakhouse, that's where I draw my line.
I get it. Yeah.
But they're suing him for cloning the dog.
Well, wait a minute. It's available to him. Why are they suing him? For under what grounds?
I think there's a...
What's the statute?
Yeah, I'm sure they're just trying to make a statement. I'm sure they don't have any grounds. They're probably saying...
I just throw paint on them.
You know, PETA, if I can't eat my T-bone or my tomahawk steak, they're off on a ledge. But this is my point about the cloning the dogs. It started in Japan.
Of course.
Correct.
Well, because they wanted to eat more. No?
They clone the dog.
Oh, that's Korea, right?
Correct. Japan has this, out of the box thinking, which, it was thoughtful in the beginning. They were cloning dogs that were specifically designed for finding people during an earthquake. That were dog sniffing dogs. There was special people sniffing dogs, because they have a lot of earthquakes, and they said this might be a thing. We need these dogs to find people when we have our next earthquake because they get them usual.
Well, there's also so many fucking people in Japan.
Correct. But you know what? Cloning the dog doesn't guarantee you the past dog's personality. Listen, being a dog owner, my dog dies. I'm going to remember that dog as that dog. I don't want a duplicate, and it's never going to be a duplicate. It's never going to look exactly the same. It's never going to act exactly the same.
A clone does.
It does not. There's that degree of, we haven't gotten to that place yet where we've cloned something, and it's, especially with the dog, because of their personalities, that you can relate to. Personality won't exactly match up. The looks definitely don't match up. It looks sort of like your pet, and you're trying to relive a memory that you're never going to have back.
What was the movie with Michael Keaton? Duplicity? No. Where he cloned himself, and then the clones cloned themselves, and like when they got to the third one, the guy was like an idiot. Because like when you make a copy, every time you make a copy, it's less than the original one.
By the way, yes, that's how it really works.
It's not duplicity. Is it duplicity?
Was it Michael Keaton?
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
Okay.
Hold on. I mean...
So, cloning will never guarantee you. Blade Runner 2049 was a great example of that.
Multiplicity. I was close.
It was very good. In Blade Runner 2049, the head of the corporation that was doing cloning wanted to get Harrison Ford's DNA and find his child to see how a replicant and a replicant made a child, which they thought was impossible. So to find the child, that was the key. And so they made a replicant of his deceased wife, who was played by Sean Young. And
crazy bitch.
Great scene where he just walks up and he looks at what looks like Sean Young with the same outfit. And he just looks at her, and then he looks at the guy who's the head of the corporation. She had green eyes. And then they ended up shooting. Because there's so many details.
Well, you would think you'd get that right, no?
You think. But you know what? To them, it was less like, maybe that's as far as they could get. Maybe that wasn't the thing they knew. They didn't realize. But just the fact that he just looked at her and she had green eyes. That was all he said. And then they kill the clone and, try to tie him down, figure it out. Clones will never bring back that exact. I don't want to clone. People are unique. Animals are unique.
Well,
uniqueness of life.
I wouldn't mind several Sydney Sweeney clones running around.
And they're not
the podcast.
Or, one boob would be similar to the other, or, there'd be something wrong.
Have we not learned anything from cinema? Cloning doesn't work.
No.
Pet cemeteries don't work.
No, they do not. And Alien Earth's coming back.
Yeah,
you seem excited about.
You were more excited than I was because
I want to see the finish to that story. I think they should only be one more season and then wrap it up. There's a lot of unanswered things. Let's tie it all up. see some fun stuff because
Yeah, I hope so.
they'll probably bring.
I mean, I'll watch it.
That's a stepping stone to what Alien would have been. Show me how the other corporations get killed off and what happens in politics.
Did you watch the Star Wars shows Andor or the movie Andor?
I don't have I have Disney Plus. I can watch them. Yes.
Because Matt Reeves announced that the production designer
Oh yes.
is busy with Dune 2.
Right.
So he cannot work on Batman 2, but they got the production designer Hull, I think his last name is, that did Andor.
Well, I was watching this.
And Bobo Talks was like having an orgasm over this but I never watched the newer Star Wars shit, so I don't know if it's good or not. I don't know.
Well, it's got to translate to Gotham. You can't. That's.
Well, I now I want to go back and look at Andor to see his work in Andor. I don't know. I
Agreed.
But I think they're paying Colin Farrell to wax poetic about this fucking script. I mean, he was on every interview show this week saying that the journey that Robert is going to go on.
I think this. All right, so I'm sliding all my chips into the middle. I'm gonna bet that this will be even better.
Well, that's what he said.
Than the Batman, and because you had such an incredible movie, and I think it's gonna be Godfather 2. And I think they're gonna say, listen, I know how to elevate it. We did a perfect job. We just need to elevate it a little. We're gonna change, the story.
It looks like it's gonna be Hush.
I think Hugo Strange.
And Hugo Strange. I think both.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a Hush because he can impersonate himself as Bruce Wayne and kind of set him up to listen. If they send Bruce Wayne to Arkham, oh, what a great story! Set him up, kind of blackmail him, kind of make it look like he did something, and have Bruce go off. And this is the journey of Bruce Wayne anyway, and have him get stuck in Arkham and getting set up, and then that's his way of having to manage that situation, and he could be tripping and then working with the Joker a little.
I want to see another Joker scene. I don't care if it's the same length as the last.
I think we have to, because I think that's the third movie setup. I think in this, in some form, not heavily, the Joker is involved. If he gets thrown to Arkham and he has to rely on the Joker, he put the Joker in there, and now he's got to work to get. And the Joker's probably said, and Joker, he'll probably get the Joker out and lose track, and the third movie will be, he's running around like a nut. Now I got to go back. And then it'll be the Batman and Bruce Wayne journey in the third movie of being Batman to go after the Joker and be Bruce Wayne and manage Gotham.
In 2039.
Correct. We're going to have to clone Pattinson.
Yeah.
Because he's never going to make it.
And Sydney Sweeney. This wine is good, by the way.
It is a good wine.
We finished the bottle has been poured. Is it the same? It's a squatty bottle, but it's probably the same size as a regular bottle, right?
Yeah, because it's wider.
Yeah.
Because I've had what is it? The bourbon barrels in that size bottle, and it's the same as the regular bottle.
I don't know why they do that.
It looks different on the shelf. You can identify it, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't fit in a traditional wine holder, though.
It doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Or a cup holder in your car.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in New Orleans, you know what I'm talking about.
I want to see if my cameras are working, because, as I told you when you were walking in, oh yeah, all my cameras are back. Not this one, though. Why?
Do you have to manually reset?
No, the camera's pretty much connected by itself, but this one has not. I don't know why. I'll figure it out. I have to reset all my Google speakers. My Wise cameras have to be reconnected. They didn't tell. It'll be the same name, but you still have to redo everything. And thank God the extender pods and the cameras pretty much connect. The Xfinity cameras connected on their own. But is it supposed to get warmer soon, or are we? This is it for.
We're going to be bouncing back and forth with the partly sunny 40s to 50s.
That's better than 30s.
Better than rain. Better than cold rain. There's places where it's snowing now.
Cold November rain. Who's saying it?
um, the dead Kennedys.
No.
By the way, that's gonna be my
Would you
answer.
stop it? Oh.
Everything I don't know. If you and the
Oh,
other
so you don't
answer-
know.
So the other answer would be, do you know who that person is? They've never been in my kitchen. So
Oh.
I will do a Cliff Clavin.
Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
Cold November rain.
Is it a B-side?
No, it was
Okay,
a
so-
big hit. Big hit.
Maybe when I've heard it.
I was never a big Guns N' Roses fan, other than Welcome to the Jungle. I hated Sweet Child of Mine.
Yeah. I think.
And his voice is grating. And if you watch, do yourself a favor, go on YouTube and find some recent clips of him singing live. Nope.
That's a lurch.
No. Also, Ace Frehley's death report came out.
What was his cause of death?
Blunt force trauma to the head due to a fall. Got a brain bleed,
Oh.
and then he was on life support, and the family pulled the plug. Now, but here's the bigger question. Was he off the wagon? Did he fall because he was drunk? I mean, I don't
It
know.
was probably all those.
Not that it matters.
Just by all those years of, drinking and driving. Because then afterwards, you're kind of like hobbling around, and you're like, and you just kind of lose.
I feel bad for him too, because they're getting that Kennedy Center honor in I think December.
Will there be a member of the family that will represent?
I'm sure his wife will be there,
Yeah.
or his daughter. I don't know which one he'd pick.
But it's sad. But you remember?
Yeah, it is a. I am torn about that event.
You have to learn to. By the way, am I not your common sense? I'm not one of those people that will turn it on just because it's this or that. By the way, if it grates on me, I will turn it
No,
off.
I'm not turning it off.
Or I'll catch parts of it on YouTube. But
I'm not going to turn it off because who's hosting the event. But it is going to take a little bit away from it because I don't think he knows anything about the band.
He's a New York guy. How do you know that?
Because when he read
He was everywhere in New York.
when he read the inductees thing, it was almost he was reading off a piece of paper. He had no clue.
Oh, I think he did it. He was just, when you get older, you got to read everything off a piece of paper. Just saying.
He great. I just got a text. Great news, George. We've been testing and optimizing your Wi-Fi, and the results are in. Check it out.
How do they know Dick Buttons? Great news, Dick.
Listen, I don't. I'm. Never mind. I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna. There was one clip that came out this week when he was reading something, and he at the football game, and he was getting booed tremendously. And did you hear what he was reading?
We was trying to do a play-by-play.
No. He had something. He goes, "I state your name" was in the script, and he read the state your name.
I state. Well, maybe they just handed it to him and he didn't know what it. Maybe he just followed through and he went, "I state." Oh, jeez, I didn't.
And listen,
up to that.
I'm not a fan, but I felt bad for the man. Nobody should have to stand there and listen to that while you're trying to do something.
Correct.
I get it. People have a voice. You're allowed to. But in that moment, I saw the look on his face, and I know he says that shit doesn't bother him.
Oh, absolutely does.
But it bothered him.
Sure, and it would bother you and I to be put in a position of like, what?
Yeah.
And by the way, how old is he?
Almost 80.
Okay, so why do you put somebody in?
Mm.
We're at this point we're elderly, so don't put me in that position. I'm not thinking quick.
Mm.
Did I mention I'm going? What time are we?
We're at 45 minutes. We should wrap this up soon. Anything else you want to talk about? No, I'm not. This is not your cue for your sign off, but
No. Going to my first concert in November in I can't tell you how many years. It's almost embarrassing.
And who are you going to see? Is it equally as embarrassing or
No, not at all. Blue October.
Oh, I like them.
They've been around for what? Forever. And very emotional. They'll do acoustic. All their songs they've done acoustic versions.
What was their
of.
big hit?
Well, they've got a few. So Calling You.
Oh yeah, that's the one I know.
Out.
Yeah,
Bleed
I
Out
know.
is what I think of.
That's the heavier one, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Bleed out, blue. Right? No? Bleed It Out.
Bleed Out.
No,
Oh,
I
it's
thought
a
it was Bleed It
slow-
Out, Bleed It. No, wait.
Bleed Out. It's a slow, strong movie. A song about a woman who has broken up with him, and
Oh, I thought you were going to say
he's-
menstrual cycle.
Yeah. And it's a very cutting song. It's very emotional. I see it as being one of their, I don't know what their set list is, but as their finale. They have songs all day long that somebody could say, "Oh, we're getting married." They got like 5 or 6 songs that are guaranteed wedding songs that are just strong and emotional. He's so gifted with the violin and the guitar. His brother plays the drums.
Yeah, they're brothers, right? They're
got
brothers,
one.
right?
There are 2
Yeah.
brothers, and the band has changed members over the years. Just he is on Facebook grateful just to be out there. He says the day that people stop showing up, that will be.
Are they headlining? Or are they opening for somebody?
No, it's them
And where are they playing?
at the Fillmore in Philadelphia.
Wonder how many seats is that?
Well, it's got general admission. It's got table seating. It's very industrial type of looking.
So what time are you getting there? If it's general admission.
I'm not doing general admission. I actually got table seats.
Okay, all right, good.
I'm too old to stand that long. But I don't know if there's chairs for general admission. But
There is not.
and so that would not be me.
And then you have to get there like.
So you have to get there. Where you got reserved parking. So parking is 2 hours before the show, and right around the corner, attached to the Fillmore, is the parking deck. So, and you can get into the show an hour before, and I think there's a foyer, and you can, there's food and drinks and all kinds of stuff.
And when is this?
This Saturday after Thanksgiving, November 20th.
Ah, cool.
It's an 8:00 show.
Very cool.
Very.
We will do a review. You'll get to do a review after that. And since we are approaching 50 minutes, is there anything else you'd like to say, Vincenzo?
I don't think. Go Vincenzo or go home.
Once again, thank you guys for hanging with us. It has been fun. We're going to finish this wine and off mic, of course. And we will see you next week.
His opinion he's ready to grant. He's angry and ready to reign. From the madness of the world today, Dick's gonna tear it down his way. Special guests and top 5 lists, reviews you don't wanna miss. He's ready and wants to be known.